Hello, I'm Thomas Reiner, the Lean Farmer, and welcome to another short video from Farming Outside the Box. So I've made one other video on what I called the lean cow, and I consider the Dexter cow a lean cow. And they have lots of traits that I think make them a lean cow. But one of the things that I think really helps with that type of thinking or philosophy is the size of the Dexter cow. It's a miniature cow. And so for the most part, they're pretty docile. This lady's pretty big gal here. But for the most part, they're pretty docile, but they are a miniature cow, and like I said, that gives you several advantages. So check out why I think the Dexter cow is a lean cow. Okay, so in lean manufacturing, one of the things that you don't want to have is you do not want to have a batch of something. And batches come from when you overproduce, and overproducing means you make more than what your customer needs or the next person that's going to be using it needs. And so when I look at a cow, I think of a batch of burgers. All right, and so we're direct market. We sell straight to the consumer. We don't fool with the taking cows to the market. And so if I have a big giant cow that is going to give me 1,000 pounds of burger, most people aren't going to want to buy 1,000 pounds of burger. But if I have a miniature cow and it's going to give me a couple 100 pounds of burger, most people will be interested in buying that. And so it makes it a lot easier, and I don't have as big of a batch of product. And so just like in lean, as soon as you overproduce, you get all sorts of waste. Okay, you're going to have inventory. You're going to have to transport it around. You're probably going to get a defect. And then as soon as you get a defect, you're going to have over-processing and wasted motion, and people will be waiting, and your wasted potential, and there just becomes all sorts of waste with it. And so the same thing is applicable when you overproduce, even with a cow, in my opinion. So because we have smaller cows, it makes it a lot easier to transport them, makes it a lot easier to move them, and it makes the infrastructure a lot easier to deal with. So for example, most of our fencing is temporary type fencing. It's not big and beefy, and we don't need it to be, and the cows stay in with this small type of fencing. So here's another example. We ran the cows in this paddock for a short period of time. Only had to run that one strand of wire to hold them in, and it's nowhere off the ground. If it would have been a big giant cow, they would have just stepped right over that. But because they're miniature cows, it kept them in, and we didn't have to do all the extra work to hold the cows in. And so that cuts out a whole lot of waste because we have lean cows. So there you have it. Lean is applicable to everything, even cows. And sometimes I have a crazy way of looking at things, but lean can even be applicable to cows. So always be thinking about the 8 waste, be thinking about lean and how you can apply it on your farm, and even how you can apply it to your cows and your customers. Thanks again for watching another short video from Farming Outside the Box. Filming.